Hello YouTube, my name is Dan from CryptoLite, and today I'll be doing a review on the token called the High Performance Blockchain HPB. Many people are referring to this coin as the EOS of China. I think in some aspects this project is even better than EOS, so hang around to find out why I say that and if you agree with me. Welcome back! What is HPB all about? Let me read you their official description from the website for those who are smart enough to understand it, and then I'll explain it to you in simple English for those who are simple like me. HPB, High Performance Blockchain, is a new kind of blockchain hardware and software architecture, which includes a chip acceleration engine and the blockchain platform aiming to realize the performance extension of distributed applications. Positioned as an easy-to-use high-performance blockchain platform, combined with industry depth to meet real business needs, this is done by creating an architecture that builds an application-similar operating system. The system architecture provides account, identity, and authorization management, strategy management, database, asynchronous communication, and thousands of CPU and FPGA or cluster program scheduling. By the implementation of a new architecture, the blockchain can support millions of transactions per second and second-level confirmation. That's the official explanation of what HPB is. For those of you who are like me, who are simple-minded and didn't quite understand what all the above meant, let me give you a simple analogy to understand what HPB is. Now picture this. I have a brand new computer and it's running really fast initially, but as I use it more and I install more programs and apps, over time the computer begins to slow down. To try and speed it up, I install specific programs like tune-up utilities that help me to maximize the performance of my computer. But this too has its limitations, and at some point, if I want to keep up with the times, I will need to upgrade my computer with hardware like RAM or better graphics card. Currently, blockchain programs or platforms are like that laptop. They run really well when there's little volumes on their platforms initially, but as the volume builds up, example on Ethereum or Bitcoin, you start to see serious performance issue. Software upgrades like Lightning Network, Raiden, Plasma, etc., they are like the tune-up utilities. They are softwares which try to maximize the performance of these platforms, but there are still limitations. What HPB is doing that makes it special is that not only is it offering a software update, it is offering a hardware update as well. So example, installing RAM or better graphics card for your computer, the hardware upgrade that HPB is offering is called Hardware Acceleration Chip, and the impact is huge. Now imagine if I have a software that makes my computer run 10 times faster, and now I also have a hardware that makes my computer run 10 times faster. If I combine the two together, the total improved speed is not 10 plus 10 equals to 20 times faster. It is actually 10 times 10, so 100 times faster. So do you understand how providing both software and hardware application will give HPB such an edge now? One of the major limitations of blockchain being used by major companies in the world is transaction speed. For example, if a Visa runs at the transaction speed of 25,000 transactions per second, Bitcoin and Ether run at 3 and 16 transactions per second. Oh, it's a far cry, can't even compete. Newer blockchain platforms run a little bit faster at 1,000 transactions per second, but it's still a lot slower than Visa's 25,000 transactions per second. As a result, the big companies in the world, they are attracted to the other advantages of blockchain, example being decentralized, but they cannot risk using blockchain products simply because of speed issues. In terms of developing technology, there is something that is known as bottlenecks, where it is hard to surpass that level of technology. Currently, for blockchain products, 3,000 transactions per second is a major bottleneck that many blockchain projects just cannot seem to overcome, meaning that the majority of blockchain platforms will operate under 3,000 transactions per second. HPB is boasting that with the combination of software and hardware acceleration that are designed specifically to be compatible with each other, their transaction speed starts at 1 million transactions per second. That is not their maximum speed, it is their starting speed. NEO boasts that 1,000 transactions per second is its current speed, but it can go up to 10,000 transactions per second if needed. Ether, pathetic, it's at the moment 16 transactions per second, but it boasts that it can go up to 30 transactions per second. So there is a starting speed and a maximum that it can achieve, right? HPB is boasting of 1 million transactions per second as a start, potentially scaling up to 10 million transactions per second. If they can even accomplish half of what they claim to do, that would be game changing. Now, the reason that people compare HPB with EOS then is because in the top 100 crypto at the moment, only EOS claims to be able to deliver 1 million transactions per second. At the moment, they are reporting 10K to 100K transaction speed, and that's still impressive, and I like EOS, but the EOS maximum is 1 million transactions per second, not the starting point. I think that HPB is better than EOS in the following areas. Firstly, HPB is not just a software, it's also a hardware. Future scalability is so much easier for HPB because hardware progress is faster than software progress. Think about how often you upgrade your graphics card or your PC RAM. Just within months to years, the next better thing comes out. Hardware progress is very, very fast. Okay. Also, HPB is likely to be more scalable than EOS because while EOS is pushing itself to get to a few million transactions, HPB is going to get faster over time because whether it's software or hardware, when either of them has a progress, it adds to the overall speed exponentially. The second area that I think HPB has an advantage over EOS is that HPB is compatible with both Ethereum's and Neos virtual machine, and EOS isn't. Now, the gamers out there, don't get too excited. When we talk about virtual machine in blockchain, it's not the virtual reality kind of virtual machine. Virtual machine in blockchain is like the Turing complete in computer language, for those who understand that. Or a oversimplified English explanation would be, think of it like the part of the platform that allows an approximate simulation of the real world purpose of that smart contract to be played out. If I lost you a bit in this area, don't worry. Not understanding it will not change your life. But what this all means is that HPB is built to collaborate with Ether and Neo, which EOS isn't. In fact, HPB is the first project to be implemented on the Neo virtual machine. So not only is it a serious competitor in the platform arena because of its outstanding speed, it is already sort of in a working partnership with Neo and a serious potential partner for Ether. The third area that HPB is ahead of EOS is the roadmap. EOS is still in token distribution phase and in their alpha phase. HPB is due to release their testnet, so the equivalent of a beta phase this month, and its mainnet is due to be released in the second quarter, so in the next 3 to 4 months. HPB have already released a prototype of their hardware acceleration chip. So the results they are boasting about are not theoretical, they are actually very practically achieving it. So in terms of technology development, it seems to me that HPB is ahead of EOS. Now, timing is very important in the blockchain platform business. At the moment, it's all about racing to the finish line being the completed product. Consider Ether or Ethereum one of the slowest platforms, but at the moment it's such a giant in the crypto world that it's going to be irreplaceable for a long time because it's caught up a massive share of the platform market when it was first launched. It's one of the earlier projects. Similarly, when transaction speeds cross over 25,000 transactions per second, this will open up a whole new market to blockchain with big companies like Alibaba, Baidu, Tencent, etc. So the first blockchain projects to race to the finish line will claim more of this market share with the big companies, and the first person to claim more of the market share is likely to be the more successful project in the longer term. HPB understands this, and in fact their white paper, they openly state that these are the companies they are targeting. They are not targeting small businesses, they are targeting the big companies with massive volumes that blockchain projects have not yet been able to touch. And the other aspect of HPB is that part of their uniqueness includes a hardware, an actual hardware chip. When you got a software, there's a chance that people can copy the software. But when you got an actual hardware, it's very hard for people to copy you or push you out of the arena because you've got something that they cannot easily replicate. So, if HPB has these advantages over EOS, why is it that HPB has a market cap of about 100 million, but EOS has a market cap of 5.8 billion? I think the answer is hype. EOS just got a lot of hype, and that is the truth. It's a great project with great potential, but that potential has been its selling point up to now. You see, Eastern companies work differently from Western companies. Eastern companies don't hype as much initially, maybe Tron being the exception. They tend to develop their products first and promote it later. That's why cases like Neo remain under the radar for so long, but when it took off really fast and hard. And I believe that HPB will be another such timeline, taking off really hard and fast when it does. Finally, HPB's main marketing guy only really came aboard about 6 weeks ago, and then there was the Chinese New Year break thrown in, so there hasn't been much marketing done this year for HPB. But with the testnet and the mainnet launch coming up over the next few months, I think this is going to change. Now, there are probably more technical aspects to this project. HPB is an open source, so anyone can contribute to it, and the community benefits more than a specific regulator. Its software use includes state channels, so it's not building on interactions within the blockchain, but rather outside the blockchain, similar to Lightning or Raiden network. Okay, its consensus algorithm will be delegated proof of stake, etc., etc. So there are more technicalities that we can go into with this project, but I'm going to intentionally stop talking about the technical stuff at this point for two reasons. The first is some aspects of the project, example the delegated proof of stake and the mining, the master nodes information, etc., are not actually covered yet. Okay, a delegated proof of stake is mentioned in the white paper, but a more detailed and updated white paper is expected to be released by the end of the first quarter, which is this month. So there isn't really any information on some of these topics yet. But secondly, if I was to cover every technical aspect of this project, which is huge, it would be too long and I would lose half of you or more in the whole process. There are other important things that I want to highlight to you about HPB, so we're going to move on. The next thing to talk about HPB are the people who are involved in this project. The team is a great team, guys. Okay, the founder is Wang Xiaoming. He's been an early blockchain innovator in China for years. He's written 3 books on blockchain technology and spoken at multiple crypto blockchain events. The rumors are that he was actually the same guy who did the Chinese translation for the Ethereum white paper as well. He's been connected with Neo since day one. He is a previous employee at UnionPay, which is a very big organization I'll talk about a bit later. And the rest of the team that has been assembled under him includes people from Huawei, Intel, and other major Chinese companies. Their advisors include the president of UnionPay, a Nobel Prize winning physicist, and the president of Dongfa Fuhua Fund, which is a very successful Chinese fund. Okay, their investors, all right, look here, include Neo, Timestamp Capital, which is a major Chinese investment, Legend, and 8BTC, and more. So a very, very impressive team indeed. Now, when it comes to partnerships, though, I just want to dispel some of the false hype that I think is going around about this project. Where I could find was only rumors, but not actual details of major partnerships, right? The first partnership that is claimed by the social media is with Neo. Now, HPB is certainly working very close to Neo in terms of its tech and in terms of being the first project to be implemented on the Neo virtual machine. And Neo is also listed here clearly as an angel investor, but I haven't come across a solid article that mentions they are partners. Now, this isn't unforeseeable. In fact, it's most likely a very likely partnership in the near future. But as for right now, there isn't a solid article that says they are official partners. The second rumor of major partnerships is UnionPay. Now, UnionPay is China's biggest financial service operator. To give you an idea of how big they are, their annual transaction volume is larger than Visa and MasterCards combined. You go like, what the heck? To the Western world, this is unimaginable. But This is exactly how big the Chinese economy is, that there's a lot of companies whose name don't mean much to us in the Western world, but they carry a lot of weight in the eastern side of the world. Now, there certainly are links between UnionPay and HPB. I mean, the founder of HPB used to work at UnionPay, and one of their advisors is the executive president of UnionPay. But again, I found no article that says they are actual partners. I found one Chinese article that maybe said they were in discussion, but nothing about an actual partnership. So again, a very possible partnership in the future, but nothing concrete as yet. Okay, and if you go on the social media, some other rumors even suggest other companies like Alibaba, Baidu, which is the fourth biggest website in the whole world, and Tencent as partners. Now, these guys are not partners yet. The names are in the white paper, as you can see, as partners that they are targeting and working towards, but these are not partners yet, which is actually a good thing because it means that we have something to look forward to. If these big guys are already partners with HPB and they still have such a low market cap, then truly we have nothing to look forward to. Now we come to the roadmap. The actual completed product of HPB version 2.0 is only expected in the middle of 2019, so it's looking like a rather long hodl. But there are things to look out for this year, which includes the mainnet by June and the industry implementation solution plan by December. We're also hoping for potential big partnerships with companies like UnionPay, and we know that discussions have at least already started. So keep up your eye out for some heavy marketing now that your marketing guy has come on board, and there's actually stuff to talk about, example, the mainnet, and the testnet. We talk about the J-curve and the moment where a token price takes off to the moon. Intuitively, you would think that this is the moment that they launch their big and final product next year, but the truth is it can happen sooner, because if you look at the current Bitcoins on the top 50, a lot of them, including EOS, had their J-curve moment, a 20 and 50 times gain when the market had its altcoin bull run. So even before they had a solid development or solid project to show to the world, they took off on the 20 to 50x gain because of the general market altcoin bull run. And that's how the crypto market is driven a lot at the moment, by hype and by FOMO. I think that HPB is seriously under the radar now, but all it needs is some decent marketing and hype, and maybe one major partnership for it to hit the attention of the masses. And when that happens, its price will likely rise with the next altcoin bull run, irregardless of whether or not its final product is already completed. Whether I agree with the fact that it should rise is a different matter, but I think that realistically the price will rise with the bull run sometime this year. With its prototype hardware chip and its software mainnet coming out soon, there is already a lot of expectation that HPB will deliver what it promises, which is a game changer. Now, HPB is currently sitting at $4.72 on CoinMarketCap, with a market cap just over 100 million. The price has been very stable around the $5 mark for the last 8 weeks, meaning it's a strong line of resistance. Given the roadmap events coming out soon and the general market picking up, there is a chance that this might be the lowest price that this token will be. If we compare this project to EOS, and we believe that as a product HPB is comparable to EOS, then if it was to catch up to the EOS current market cap, which is currently 5.7 billion, we're looking about 57 times gain, meaning 5,700% gains. If we believe that one day they can catch up to the current Ethereum, that's over. Ethereum's market cap is 84 billion. Okay, we're talking about over 800 times gain. Okay, not 800%, 80,000% gains. That's crazy. That's not unrealistic if you consider the fact that blockchain technology is only in its very early phase at the moment, and there is a whole market of big fish, big companies that has not been reachable up to this point. And HPB is likely to be the first, if not one of the first, into that very niche market of big partnerships. And they have a technology, meaning the actual hardware chip, meaning that they can't be easily replicated or replaced. Now, they may not hit that Ethereum current market cap by this year, maybe not even next year, but I think they have a shot at it over the next 3 to 5 years as the general market of crypto rises as well as their project. Now, even if I had to wait 5 years for my investment to rise 800 times, it is totally worth it. 800 times, imagine that. Just to put things into perspective of how possible these things can happen in crypto, last year at this very time, NEO was only worth 20 cents. Now it is worth $118. So we're talking about a 600 times growth in 1 year. So crazy growth does happen in the crypto space. We believe it, and that's why we are investing in crypto right now before the rest of the world. So personally, I'm going to believe in HPB and invest a little bit in it. So that's my take on HPB, why I believe it's a hidden gem and a serious competitor to EOS. I hope you found this review helpful. If you like this video, give us a like and a subscribe. Check out our other coin reviews and let us know if there's any coins or topics that you would like us to do a video on. We will try our best to do so. We've been getting requests to review your favorite coins, and this review was one of them. So thank you very, very much. We love getting these requests because it helps us to notice the coins that we would otherwise miss, and it also helps us to share it with the rest of the crypto-like community so that everyone can benefit. We're building a really, really great community here, so thank you for being part of the journey with us. Tomorrow is Crypto News in a Nutshell, our regular news update, so make sure you don't miss out on it because we will give you the latest news in crypto space in a fun and quick way to help you to keep ahead of the game. That's it for me today. Have a wonderful day and we will catch you tomorrow.